Hand over your restaurant or we'll torch it. The man said it like he was ordering lunch. Calm, confident, certain. 3 others stood behind him, all muscle and malice, eyes flat as stones. He set his gun on my counter, the sound sharp against the wood. I kept wiping the same spot with a rag, slow and steady. That rhythm had once belonged to my rifle, back when life was louder and simpler. The restaurant wasn't much. A few tables, old photos on the wall, but it was mine. 2 decades of sweat, and the only quiet I'd managed to keep. The leader sneered. "What, you deaf, old man?" I smiled faintly. I'd heard worse from recruits who didn't live long enough to learn respect. I was a Marine Scout sniper for 18 years. I said softly, "I know how to end a man without making a sound." They laughed. They always laugh before they understand. I reached behind me, turned the lock on the door. The click echoed. "No one's leaving," I said. "Not yet." Their laughter faded then. They weren't there for protection money. This was personal. They'd been sent by Daniel, my old partner. We'd started this place together. 2 veterans try and build something steady after years of chaos. But Daniel had other habits. Gambling, lies. He sold his share of the restaurant behind my back, then disappeared, saying he needed space. Weeks later, I found out the truth. He'd been feeding our supplier information to a local gang, the same one now standing in my dining room. I still remembered his last words before he vanished. "You'll never see it coming." Back then, I thought he meant a business trick. I didn't know he meant betrayal. That night, I stared at the photo hanging in my office. 2 soldiers, brothers in arms, now ghosts wearing different uniforms. I didn't feel anger. I felt calculation. That calm before the shot leaves the barrel. I started digging quietly. No weapons, no threats, just patterns. I checked deliveries, invoices, phone records. Everything led back to Daniel. He'd sold me out piece by piece. The gang came twice that week. Once to threaten me, once to make an offer. I let them believe I was scared. Meanwhile, I moved my savings, installed hidden cameras, and contacted someone from my old unit, now working in law enforcement. He asked, "You gonna deal with this the Marine way?" I said, "No, I'm done with blood." But that wasn't entirely true. 2 nights later, my contact sent me a video. Daniel drinking with the same gang leader now in my restaurant. The sound was grainy, but I heard Daniel's voice clear enough. He's soft now, won't fight back. That was when the old calm returned, the one I thought I'd buried in Kandahar. The next day, I called Daniel, told him to come by, said I wanted to reconcile. He showed up that afternoon, all smiles and fake warmth. He didn't notice the gang was already there. I'd invited them too. When the last man stepped inside, I turned the key again. Same metallic click. "Gentlemen," I said evenly, "seems we've had a misunderstanding." Daniel's smile cracked. I turned on the TV. The footage played, him laughing with the gang, selling me out. The leader turned on him, scowling. "You said this was clean." Daniel stuttered. It is. He's bluffing." I slid a folder across the counter. Bank transfers, supplier records, text logs. All of it proof. Then I said, "Law enforcement's been watching this place for 2 weeks. They're outside right now." Daniel went pale. The leader cursed. Silence filled the room, heavy as a loaded chamber. I didn't shout. I didn't move. I just looked Daniel in the eye. "You wanted me weak," I said. "You forgot who taught you how to aim." A knock hit the door. Sirens followed. I unlocked it. The police swept in, cuffing them all, Daniel shouting, the leader glaring. I didn't speak. I just picked up the rag and wiped the counter again, slow and steady. My old friend from the unit nodded at me as they left. No words needed. The restaurant was quiet again, the kind of quiet you earn. I turned off the lights and looked once more at that photo on the wall. 2 young Marines, full of loyalty and lies. "You were right, Daniel," I whispered. I didn't see it coming. I paused and added softly, "But you never saw how I finished things." I locked the door behind me and walked away, leaving the silence where it belonged.